Good job. Good morning, and welcome to the 2020 Inspire Awards Luncheon. To those of you here live and in person with us, and those of you joining us virtually, I want to thank you for joining us. I am Ava Thomas, and I'm the president and publisher of the Lincoln Journal-Star, and this is the 6th annual Inspire Women's Leadership Awards. We're here today to honor the women who've inspired us all in business, public service, education, philanthropy, and more. And I want to start by thanking the Embassy Suites. As usual, Brian Sullivan, general manager here, and his staff have been outstanding to work with. I was talking to Brian last night, and he said, I think this is the first luncheon that we've had in person, and it sets a really great precedent, and I couldn't agree more. I'm so excited to have you all here today. I want to point out that he and his staff has taken every precaution to make sure that we're putting on a safe event today. I also want to express my sincere appreciation to the 2020 Inspire Advisory Board members. Members of the Advisory Board in attendance, would you please stand? Photos of the 2020, thank you. Photos of the 2020 Inspire Advisory Board members are on the screens and include the following: Carissa Bullock, Joy Sitta, Connie Edmond, Peter Ferguson, Shannon Harner, Marcia Hunter, Jasmine Kingsley, Michaela Kumke, Monica Ledbetter, Betsy Perez, Becky Parrott, CJ Toma, and Natalia Witta. This group of remarkable women and the incomparable Mr. Ferguson read hundreds of nominations and came up with our finalists and winners, which is an incredibly difficult task because, of course, all of the nominees are deserving. Will you please join me in a round of applause for this group? And last but certainly not least, I'd like to thank our team at the Lincoln Journal-Star who have made this event possible. Despite the impact of COVID-19 with circumstances changing literally daily, they've navigated that uncertainty with a firm commitment in mind. One way or another, we were going to bring you the Inspire Women's Leadership Awards this year. Yes, even in the midst of a global pandemic, because it's never been more true that inspired leadership matters. And I've said this many times over the past several months, and that's never been more true. I have never been prouder to be the president and publisher of the Lincoln Journal-Star. I'm particularly proud that we've remained committed to recognizing inspired leadership in women in our community, and I commend the Inspire team for their dedication, hard work, preparation, and contingency planning to ensure today that the celebration of the Inspire Women's Leadership Awards could occur. To our Regional Vice President of Sales, Natalia Witta, the events and marketing team, including Mary Wexelman, Deanna Walls, Stacy Svengard, and Michaela Feiker, thank you for a job well done. This event doesn't happen without the individuals that I just mentioned, and it doesn't happen without our sponsors. I want to thank you for your support. Our sponsors are listed in your program, and on the screen, my deepest appreciation and gratitude go to you for sponsoring the Inspire Awards. And finally, I want to congratulate all the nominees, finalists, and winners. Thank you. You are what makes Lincoln so special. In just a bit, you're going to hear from our keynote speaker, Mayor Leary and Gaylor Baird. But first, it's my privilege to turn the mic over to our very own MC for today's program, Deanna Walls.
And this is exactly what we're doing to try to make things safe. We're switching out mics. We've got special mic covers over there so that our winners can say thank you while keeping everybody as safe as we can. Thank you so much for coming to the 2020 Inspire Celebrating Women's Leadership Awards. Thank you so much. Let's give ourselves all a big round of applause. This is the 6th year of celebrating the achievements of women leaders in our community who not only excel in their industries, but do amazing things in the community, for nonprofits, for organizations that uplift the entire city of Lincoln. So we're so excited to have them here. I know I'm not understating anything when I say that 2020 has given us some interesting challenges. What is it we hear all the time? In these uncertain times, in a time of crisis. We hear that over and over again. But these are leaders who have not only risen to the occasion, but have risen beyond, so that we all know that there is a future ahead of us that we can be proud of moving forward. Think about, in years past, we've had 800 attendees at our Inspire Awards. Last year, we were at Pinnacle Bank Arena. We had over 800 people celebrating, and we thought, how are we going to be able to pull this off now during a pandemic? And we thought, well, we've got to invite the nominees. That's what this is all about. We've got to invite the finalists. And think about all of the amazing people that are here with us right now in this room. Seriously, the doors are all closed. We could take over the world and solve every single problem that exists in our community today. Seriously, the minds in this room, the minds and the hearts, if we all collaborated, it's not a hyperbole. We really could change the world because we're doing it all the time. So this year's event is invitation only. There are people watching at home, however. We want to thank the folks from Home Real Estate for providing us with that free live stream. Along with the free live stream, we offered kind of a fun new thing. This is maybe the new thing that's going to be happening with the pandemic. A watch party box. How fun is this? And this is a little bit how you know this is an unofficial COVID test because everything in this box smells so good. We've got some Foundry coffee. I know. I could just waft it around and you guys can all smell it. We've got some maize popcorn. We've got, look at these adorable wax buffalo candles by the way, they are run by Lisa Reisinger. She is a nominee herself. She is an amazing entrepreneur, and she runs Wax Buffalo Candles, and she does an amazing thing. So that's as part of our watch party box. Those watching from home have that to celebrate with. By the way, our watch party boxes are sponsored by Woods Brothers Realty. For everyone joining us virtually today, we'd love to kind of bring you into the mix. So we would love for you to snap a photo or two of your celebration or your watch spot of choice and share those socially. We're wanting to make sure that Inspire is celebrated as wide as we can. So what I'd like to do right now, I'm going to pull a little bit like an award ceremony. I'm going to take my own selfie with you in the background. And then you use the hashtag. Oh, this isn't a good angle. Who does this? Who's like, a millennial? Do we have a millennial that can help me with I need longer arms. There we go. Then use the hashtag InspireLNK, and we'll just see everybody celebrating together. It will feel like we're in a big room full of 800 people, even though it might be thousands and thousands across the world. Thank you to some of our sponsors. This event would not be possible at all if it weren't for the generosity of our sponsors. Our award sponsors are Union Bank and Trust, the University of Nebraska. Our specialty sponsors include Nelnet, Home Real Estate, our live stream sponsor, Woods Brothers Real Estate, our watch party box sponsor, Emeritus, our legacy video sponsor, Ductmedic, STEM Gallery, our floral sponsor, Assurity, Wax Buffalo Candles, Woodhouse, and Huddle. We also want to thank some of our supporting partners, Lincoln Chamber of Commerce, Lincoln Community Foundation, Crete Carrier, Talent Plus, Olson, Baylor Evnan, HBE, TMCO Inc., Zoetis, Cornhusker Bank, Sutton Ryan, and Firespring. So many fantastic businesses who realize how important women are in our community and how valuable women leadership is. Let's give them all a huge round of applause. The goal of Inspire, what Inspire is, it started out as an award ceremony, but it has grown to be so much more. And that is our objective with the Inspire team. We want to just continue to expand our reach. We want to continue to share our voices. We want to do this throughout the year and share what we can do to lift one another up. One of the ways that we do this is with our Inspired Insights newsletter. It is a monthly newsletter with some great content. We ask a board member or a previous winner their thoughts and opinions about things that are passionate to them, things that they are passionate about. I know we had Megan Elliott talking about what is the future going to be when we come out of this pandemic. And one of the things that I thought was so cool that she mentioned in that article was that we get to decide what the future looks like. We get to decide what we pull out of this time of uncertainty and what we want to bring into the future. Maybe it'll be party boxes. Maybe it'll be jewelry for masks. We don't know, but we get to decide, which is pretty cool. We also have business achievements and just all kinds of great tips on events that are going on for women leaders in our community. In February 2020, we had our first all-day Inspire Girls event. This was an event for middle and high school girls to come together for a day of learning and fun at Innovation Campus. Hundreds of girls turned out to check out sessions about equality, careers in STEM fields, how to budget and plan for college, how to deal with stress, entrepreneurialism, and how to change the world by getting involved with a nonprofit. It was an exciting, exciting day, and we learned so much from the girls, from all of the folks that were out there with us, and we look forward to doing it again this year. What that's going to look like, we're not quite sure yet. So we are in the planning stages of that now, which makes it a great time to talk about it, because if you have a business or an organization who would like to join us for whatever it looks like next time around, please make sure that you contact us at the Lincoln Journal-Star. One of the things, I'm getting ready right now to introduce our keynote speaker. One of the things that you can really get insight about a celebrity or a politician is what they're like when the cameras are not running, what they're like when there's no microphone in front of them. We asked Mayor Larsen Gaylor Baird to open up our day of Inspire Girls back in February, and she was honored to do so. We know her time is precious, so I was expecting her to come in, say, hey, welcome, 2, 3 minutes, 5 minutes tops, and then she'd be on her way. She's busy. She's got the world's problems to solve. And instead, she stayed for the entire day. There were no cameras on. There were no microphones in front of her face. She met every single girl who was at that seminar. She talked to every single one. She asked them questions. She inspired every single girl in that space, hundreds of them, to dream big, to expect more from themselves, and to connect with our community. And I think that's just an amazing thing. Just wanted to let you know. Larsen Gaylor Baird was sworn in as the 52nd mayor of Lincoln, Nebraska in May 2019. Mayor Gaylor Baird previously served 6 years on both the Lincoln City Council and Lincoln-Lancaster County Planning Commission. She is the current chair of the Mayors and Metro Universities Task Force of the U.S. Conference of Mayors and an active participant in the Bloomberg-Harvard City Leadership Initiative. She is an Aspen Institute Rodell Fellow in Public Leadership and a member of the New Deal, a national network of pro-growth state and local elected leaders. Her career includes experience as a management consultant, fiscal and policy analyst, and Boys and Girls Club director. Mayor Gaylor Baird currently serves on the Lincoln Community Foundation's Board of Directors, the University of Nebraska President's Advisory Council, and Board of Trustees for Morning Hope. The mayor earned her BA in history from Yale College and holds a master's degree in comparative social research from the University of Oxford. She and her husband, Scott, have 3 children, as if she doesn't have enough to do every single day. Isn't that amazing? Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our mayor, Larsen Gaylor Baird.
Thank you, Deanna. I think if you had my job, you'd want to hang out at these events all day too. But thank you again to you and to Ava and to the Lincoln Journal-Star for honoring the inspirational women of our community and their leadership with this annual event. And congratulations to all those who've been nominated and all those who are being honored. So let's start by thinking back just a few hours ago when we were all beginning our day. Our morning routines are not so routine anymore. Getting the kids ready for school means reminding them to grab their lunches and their masks, or it can mean getting them ready in front of their Chromebooks for online learning. For some, it's another day of working from home alone, With the internet, our main connection to the outside world, and the phrase, you're on mute, ringing in our ears. Others head to their workplaces armed with hand sanitizer, where they are constantly reminded of our current situation by the plexiglass and the empty desks. I suspect that all of our daily to-do lists have changed quite a bit from the last time we gathered at this luncheon. While we're thinking about to-do lists, does anyone ever add something that they've already accomplished to their to-do list just so they can feel the satisfaction of crossing it off their list? Asking for a friend, of course. Okay. Well, my to-do list these days look different, in part thanks to a gift I received for Christmas last year. It's one of those notepads with attitude. In fact, I brought it with me just to show you. It's at the top says the daily intention tracker, and at the bottom in really fine print it says we all know what the road to hell is paved with. Now here's where it takes a to-do list to the next level. In between the notepad's heading and its proverbial footer are a bunch of different sections, and each of the sections allows for a different type of to-do. In fact, it's more of a today I will chart. So here you have today I will do, I will feel, I will be, and then there's today I will attract, let go of, and finally I'll appreciate. To nudge us a bit, there's some lighthearted suggestions on the notepad for each section, like today I will do the bare minimum, and today I will be all that in a bag of chips. And my favorites are today I will feel the force, and today I will appreciate chocolate. Those are fun, of course, but what I discovered as I started using this notepad for my more serious to-dos is that the today I will do section was overflowing. I mean, there are only 11 lines per each section, and mine were starting to snake around the margins of the notepad. Meanwhile, none of those other sections were even close to full, and the imbalance between what I was striving to do versus who I wanted to be, how I wanted to feel, and who I wanted to appreciate was on full visual display. And you can't ignore that forever. So I started making longer lists in those other sections each morning. And so, for example, today I wrote down and want to appreciate Diane Gonzalez from City Communications for her talents and perseverance in this pandemic. Barb Holder for her patience and diplomacy at the front desk of the mayor's office. Lynn Quenzer for her organizational skills and problem-solving abilities, Jamie Phillips for her incredible thoughtfulness and impeccable reliability, Alyssa Martin for her remarkable and growing leadership skills, Jennifer Brinkman for being a boss lady who keeps the trains moving and provides such wise and insightful counsel, and Adele Burke for bringing astonishing depths of compassion and empathy to every issue she tackles. Expressing my gratitude for the powerful women on my team motivates me to do better myself. And when I acknowledge their hard work, I feel inspired to bring my A game. I also appreciate my husband, Scott, for handling just about everything at home right now, meals, errands, rides, on top of his work so that I can spend more time at City Hall. And of course, my 3 kids, who, when I do finally get home at the end of the day, give me hugs, which is probably the thing I miss most during this pandemic. I have discovered that simply writing down the names of the people I appreciate, the people for whom I am grateful, makes me feel far better than crossing any to-do item off my list ever does. Which makes sense when you consider the words of international speaker and author Steve Maraboli. He wrote that if you want to find happiness, find gratitude. His notion is how it came to be that we altered our mayor's office staff agendas when the pandemic began. During those early weeks, we went into emergency management. We were meeting twice a day, trying to be on top of the latest communications and operations. And with everyone on the team carrying such a heavy, exhausting life or death sense of responsibility, those meetings Well, they felt like the sky looked at Coach Frost's first Husker home football game, or play, maybe I should call it. To balance out the stormy weather of those meetings, I asked that we began each one with everyone going around and saying one thing they're grateful for. And I didn't know if my team would think this was just another one of my quirks, but to be honest, in that moment, I really didn't care. I needed to hear something positive. I needed some blue sky. I needed to feel grounded in gratitude. And it can be easy to treat these types of exercise as, nice, but not necessary. However, after 6 months of practicing our grateful share, as we call it, I'd argue that they are essential for our personal well-being and resilience. In fact, I'd argue that gratitude is critical for our community's well-being and resilience, as it is both key to self-care and community care. So let's talk about self-care first. Neuroscience now clearly demonstrates the positive impact that gratitude has on our personal, physical, and mental well-being. Studies show that gratitude modulates our heart rhythms in a way that enhances health, strengthens our ability to regulate emotions by positively influencing our amygdala, the emotion processor in the brain, and is linked to sounder sleep, less anxiety and depression, and higher long-term satisfaction with our lives. For the sake of our own health and well-being, it's essential, especially in the midst of the many challenges we face, for us to remember all that we've been given, all the gifts that have been bestowed upon us. Now is the time to tap into the deep wells of gratitude and appreciation that lie within each one of us. Appreciation for the beautiful, unending Nebraska sky, that, quote, brilliant blue world of stinging air and moving cloud, the landscape one longs for when one is away, as Willa Cather once put it. Appreciation for the simple pleasures like hot showers and home-cooked meals, and that moment when a song pops on the car radio that you know all the words to. Appreciation for the many people who have touched our lives, presently or in the past. Appreciation for our first responders who put their lives on the line to protect our community. Appreciation for the healthcare workers who are tending to their patients physically, emotionally, and even spiritually. Appreciation for the teachers dedicated to supporting their students learning in skilled and creative ways. Appreciation for the businesses that are advancing public health and taking special care to communicate with and hear from their employees and their customers. And appreciation for the community members providing aid, compassion, companionship, and a compassionate ear to one another. At this point, I'd like to ask all of you to just take a brief moment to reflect on something or someone for whom you are grateful. Picture that which makes you thankful, and in your mind, express some love and appreciation for that thing or that person. We'll do that for just a few moments. Even though most of us are here virtually, I can feel the heart rate slowing, the mood improving, and the energy shifting in a positive direction. Yet gratitude does more than just make us feel good and strengthen our personal health. It also strengthens our resolve by motivating us to share our gifts with others, to care for our community. In this sense, gratitude is closely linked to the theme of this event, inspire. The word inspire can be traced back to a Latin word that means to breathe into. When we express gratitude, we recognize the gifts we've been given, or the ways that we've been supported, or the ways that life has been breathed into us. And when we inspire others, intentionally or not, we breathe life into them. This event is an opportunity for us to recognize those women who breathe life into our community. On behalf of a grateful city, thank you for all of you for infusing your spirit into our city. And the significance of this event's call to appreciate those who have breathed life into you and to share that appreciation by breathing life into others cannot be lost on us in this moment. This moment in which the words, "I can't breathe," have been uttered by too many Black Americans before their lives were unfairly taken. This moment in which almost 200,000 Americans have died from COVID-19 after having their breath and life sustained on ventilators. This moment when our entire community grieves Lincoln Police investigator Mario Herrera, who drew his final breaths after sustaining fatal injuries in the line of duty, sacrificing his life to protect ours. This moment in which wildfires choke the air and deprive people of needed oxygen. We're told to put on your own oxygen mask before assisting others. We put on our own oxygen mask when we express gratitude and affirm our own fullness and abundance. In this day and age when so many are struggling, our task is to assist others to the best of our ability, especially those whose oxygen masks aren't as accessible. In other words, write this at the top of your to-do list. Today I will breathe life into our community so that others may live, love, breathe, and radiate gratitude. Thank you.
Mayor Leary and Gaylor Baird. And you know now everyone's going to want a copy of that to-do list. So I don't know if we can get a link or something to the Etsy shop or wherever it was that they got it, but that would be great. Oh, by the way, she mentioned chocolates. I do want to give a nice shout out, and unfortunately those viewing at home aren't able to, well, you could experience the deliciousness of the Mills chocolates from Mood. However, here they are gifted to everyone in attendance. You know, I'm used to having chocolate be pretty good, like really good. You're probably just finishing up your lunches now. Pop one of these in your mouths and your minds will be blown. They're so, I needed like 10 minutes after having one of those just to recover. All right, it is time now for the awards. The 2020 Inspire Awards, and I would like to remind everyone that the Inspire Awards are not really a contest. I mean, they kind of are because there's an award ceremony. You're watching, you're part of this, and there are trophies. You know, so I guess in theory it is kind of, but not really. It's a celebration of the incredible things that women are doing every single day in our community. And you know what's really great? Every single person who is nominated should be honored. There's someone out there who thinks that what you do every day, your good days and your bad days, are worthy of acknowledgement and celebration. You are valued, maybe more than you know. Someone took the time to log on, fill out all the forms, and nominate you. Right now, I would like to acknowledge all 130 of the nominees who have made a difference in our community. We've got some slides up on the screen. These are amazing women. Let's give them all a huge round of applause. So here's how this year's awards will work. It's a little bit different. You may have noticed this is not kind of a traditional award ceremony setup. We have two podiums. I will announce each category, then announce the finalists and the winner. For the winners in attendance, we would ask you to wear your mask up to the stage and take your place at the winner's podium, where your award will be lovingly placed for you by Mary from the Inspire team. You will have 1 minute to say any thank yous and accept your award, and then please exit the stage the way you came on, and we will snap some photos for posterity and the Lincoln Journal-Star. We do have some nominees who are viewing from home, and they will be able to accept their award via our online interface with Inspire Media, and I think right now we can kind of check that out. They're all there waiting. They're probably, are you guys wearing pajamas underneath? That's kind of the nice thing about the award ceremony from home. My new wardrobe staple, by the way, is the jacket. Right? Has anybody else discovered how great the jacket is? I'm not kidding. If you are Zooming with me, and I know there are a lot of folks in the room right now, we've had some of our Women of the Year I did Zoom interviews with over the past few months. I was totally wearing sweatpants. Not gonna lie, jacket on top, sweatpants on the bottom. Okay, our first award is the Excellence in Business Large Award. This award goes to a Lincoln area female who works for a large-sized business and makes a difference in the lives of her colleagues in the organization or in her networking groups, who contributes to nonprofits, the local community, or women's and girls groups. And the nominees are Leanne Brabeck, Home Real Estate; Liz Ring Carlson, Emeritus; Lauren Puglies, Emeritus Investment Partners; Diane Temmie Stinton, TMCO Inc., and Cindy Tinkham, Union Bank and Trust. And the winner is Diane Temmie Stinton. Diane Temmie Stinton is the CAO and co-owner of TMCO Inc., a contract metal manufacturing company with a PhD in musicology from Bangor University in North Wales. She recently returned to the United States to help out the family business, and then some. In 2019, she helped to found the Lincoln Manufacturing Council in conjunction with Lincoln Partnership for Economic Development and serves as tri-chair. She volunteers with Teammates, Junior Achievement, and Music Enrichment at St. Teresa Church and School and serves on numerous community boards. Diane's work at TCMO has been recognized in the creation of innovative employee programs, and most recently, this is fantastic, for starting a company-subsidized early childhood education program. That is so great. Here's what the person who nominated her said. Diane inspires everyone around her. Her energy, creativity, and overall drive are unmatched. Diane is a force of nature and uses kindness, compassion, empathy, and emotional intelligence to get things done and to motivate others. Lincoln is certainly a better place because of Diane Temmie. Ladies and gentlemen, Diane Temmie.
Thank you. I just want to say hi to the team at TMCO. Hope you're having a good lunch. I was just also moved by the passing of Inspector Mario Herrera, and you just thought to myself that it's unfortunate that sometimes it takes a fallen hero to recognize the heroes among us. And Lincoln is so fortunate that we have so many heroes in our community and such a strong community of female leadership. I want to thank my mom, who is just my embodiment of strength and sacrifice, and also my mentor and friend, Susan Larsen Rodenberg. Congratulations also to the other nominees. I'm just honored and humbled to be in your company. Thank you.
I know, this is the best part. You know, you wait all year, you read the nominations, the board talks about the nominations, then we get to celebrate them, and it's so exciting. Not to say I'm gonna start crying, but it's been a hard year. Come on, let's be real. It feels good to celebrate something, you know? All right, our next award is the Excellence in Business Small Medium Award. This award is sponsored by Union Bank and Trust, who are dedicated to helping Lincoln small businesses thrive. Heading up the small business team at UBT are Stephanie Dinger and Stasia Thiessen. Let's hear about why they are so dedicated to helping businesses grow.
I grew up with an entrepreneur father, so I always knew it's hard. It's hard work. You got to have a passion for what you're doing. At UBT, I work in the small business department. Our department is a really great resource to kind of help make a business plan, understand projections. I am emotionally invested with the customer, and I just really want them to succeed. And I'm proud of them, and I want them to know that.
Let's give UBT a big round of applause. Oh, that's me. I'm not used to seeing myself on a big screen. That's a little strange. As a special thank you, this is really neat. UBT has a special treat for all of our finalists in the Excellence in Small Medium Business category. The small business team at UBT excels in taking care of their customers. That's what they love to do. They've decided to go the extra mile and treat all 5 of you to a special lunch to be hand-delivered by members of the small business team in the coming weeks. So they're going to bring out a nice lunch for you and your teams. We will be in contact with you so that you can get that set up. But that's kind of a nice little thing. Free lunch is always good. The Excellence in Business Small Medium Award goes to a Lincoln area female who works for a small medium-sized business, 100 employees or fewer, and makes a difference in the lives of her colleagues in the organization or in her networking groups, who contributes to nonprofits, the local community, or women's and girls groups. The nominees are Chris Bachman, Bachman Inc., Stephanie Chase, Chase the Spirit of Dance, Carolyn Kanab Reba from Kanab and Sons Refuse, Alita McClendon, Zen Salon and Physical Wellness, and Christine Weeks, Eleanor Creative. And the winner is Alita McClendon, Zen Salon and Physical Wellness. Alita McClendon, owner and stylist of Zen Salon and Physical Wellness, has gone beyond the chair in serving the Lincoln community. She began her journey at the College of Hair Design, Lincoln, 25 years ago, pursuing the cosmetology industry. In her pursuit, she excelled in leadership, connectedness, in addition to artistic hair design. Her passion for the hair industry and helping others succeed has led her to help others fulfill their purpose, both in the cosmetology industry and also in the community. Alita has sponsored with visionary youth and helping underprivileged students in the Lincoln community prepare for educational success through the annual Backpack Haircut event. When students look good and have the tools they need to succeed, they tend to perform better. Her passion for business and community involvement has also led to the development of the Lincoln Black Chamber of Commerce and Economic Development, where she will serve as vice president of the executive board. The person who nominated her said these words: "She is always putting everyone else first. She makes sure her employees are happy and successful in all that they do, even though she doesn't have to. She wants to see everyone win around her. Alita has the biggest heart and the craziest work ethic I've ever witnessed. Such a strong, inspiring woman to be around and work for." Alita McClendon.
Wow. To God be the glory. First of all, I'd like to thank the Lincoln Journal-Star and the Inspiring Advisory Committee for organizing and hosting this event. This is a great opportunity, not only for recognition, but for us to come together. Our youth, our family, friends, and community need us. And we all need each other. It is an honor to be nominated and a recipient of this award. To be among so many other amazing women in this room today is encouraging. I thank God for my amazing mother who is here with me today. Thank you, Mom, for planting a seed and allowing me to be watered by family, friends, and our community. I dedicate this award to you for your unconditional love, strength, and endurance. To Charles and our children, who could not be here today, thank you and I love you. I have been blessed with such an amazing support system to whom I am thankful for today. To my Mount Zion Church family, for inspiring girlfriends, and my team at Zen Salon and Physical Wellness. And most of all, our clients, thank you. It has been a pleasure working alongside of you all, whether it's been in the salon or out in the community. I am forever indebted to you in all your prayers and words of encouragement, and for allowing me to always be my authentic self. Thank you.
I know, it's so great. Way to go, Mom. As a mom, don't you kind of hope one day you'll be sitting in the seats and you'll be watching your child accept an award? My children's award, of course, would be cleaning up after themselves. Hey, congratulations, you cleaned a toilet. Yay. Our next award is the Excellence in Entrepreneurship Award. This goes to a Lincoln area female who has made a difference in the lives of other women or girls. She's a business owner who lives and runs her business with high values and standards, contributing to the local community and nonprofits, helping other business owners and her staff to develop, and sharing her skills for the benefits of others. The nominees are Lori Ann Frazier, Doorstep Diner Catering. She's got about 10 other businesses that I could list. I kept it short. Angela Garbots, Goldenrod Pastries. Allison Rash, artist. Susan Larsen Rodenberg, SLR Communications. And Linda Stephen, Unfolding Communications. And the winner is Susan Larsen Rodenberg, SLR Communications. In 1990, Susan Larsen Rodenberg was seeking a job that would allow her to be flexible with her time and be available to her young sons. She founded SLR Communications, which provides consulting services in the areas of public relations, publicity, and fundraising for nonprofits. In the early 2000s, Susan's relationship began with the Lincoln Parks Foundation. She was first hired to help coordinate the campaign to renovate sunken gardens alongside then State Senator Chris Beitler. Since that first successful campaign, Susan has helped Lincoln Parks Foundation with many capital projects, including Sherman Field, Woods Tennis Center, Centennial Mall, Union Plaza, and the Prairie Corridor. This is what one of her nominators said about her. She inspires organizations to be the best, reach for lofty goals, and collaborate in the community. She is a connector, an innovator, a cheerleader, and an inspiration to many. I count Susan as a mentor, a colleague, and a friend. She is most deserving of this recognition. Susan Larsen Rodenberg.
Wow, thank you very much. Thank you, Journal Star. Thank you for everyone that's here. I really didn't prepare anything because I was going to enjoy the day being surrounded by inspiring women. I am so grateful that I have been surrounded all my life with amazing men and women, strong women in my life, starting with my mom, Shirley, who's 92, who's always been there supporting me. I get energy from being around people who are creative, who are fun, who are passionate, and none of the things that Deanna just said would have been possible without a team of supporters around me, cheering me on to do what is best for our community. And that's what's really been driven in my heart is I was born with passion for my community. My parents gave it to me. My father, Roger, was very involved in this community. He passed it on to me. I've passed it on to my two sons. And I just want to thank everyone for giving me the opportunity. And I'm happy to be an inspiration to the future generation. So let's keep it going. Thank you.
Susan Larsen Rodenberg. By the way, tomorrow night, if you're not doing anything, she is part of the collaboration that's heading up the Hub and Soul concert series. I'm a part of it too, so it's really fun. And it's helping to add some additional trails with the Great Plains Trails Network. So we'd love to see you out there. It's out at Union Plaza. It's a good time. So we'll see you tomorrow night. We did accidentally skip an award because alphabetically I am challenged today. And it's interesting that the next award would be Excellence in Education. You would think I am not a product of Lincoln Public Schools, so that is my excuse. I'm not. The Excellence in Education Award goes to a Lincoln area female educator or administrator who has made a difference in the lives of other women or girls. She is a woman who has high values and standards, contributes to her community and nonprofits. And the nominees are Brittany Hodges-Bolkovac, Lincoln Public Schools; Dr. Helen Abdali Susan Fagan from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln; Dr. Susan Fritz from the University of Nebraska; Dr. Graciela Cañero Livingston from Nebraska Wesleyan; and Marlakita Overstreet from Lincoln Public Schools. And the winner is Dr. Helen Abdali Susan Fagan, University of Nebraska-Lincoln. Dr. Fagan is a leadership, diversity, and inclusion scholar and practitioner. She is the founder of Global Leadership Group, which provides consulting and leadership coaching to organizations, communities, and executives in the field of diversity, inclusion, cultural competence, and becoming an inclusive leader. In view of the current political climate, polarization, and racial issues, there has never been a better time to honor Dr. Fagan for the Lincoln Journal-Star Inspire Award. Dr. Fagan's work centers on educating people to become culturally competent individuals. It is a work that reveals and changes perceptions of cultural differences and commonalities, thus bringing about principles of trust, respect for diversity, equity, fairness, and social justice. Here's what the person who nominated her said. Helen is one of the most inspiring people I've ever known personally, and I'm only one of many who say that about her. Although her work extends beyond Lincoln, beyond Nebraska, and beyond the United States, she is generous and humbly focuses her educational efforts in Lincoln. She is so proud of you. Dr. Helen Fagan.
Wow, I'm surprised I didn't prepare anything because honestly, when you've got Dr. Susan Fritz, you've got all the other nominees, I didn't think I would be the one. So here I am, like Susan, enjoying being inspired by the rest of you. I just want to say we never arrive at anything. At 41, I got a key to the city. It was the first time since I left Iran at 12 that I ever felt like I belonged anywhere. And that is what I want to inspire individuals to do, is to create a community where people feel like they belong, they matter, their uniqueness is valued, and I'm humbled to be the person that is receiving this award because I feel like there's so many others who are doing exactly that. Thank you, I appreciate you. My father, when we left Iran, everyone told him, you can send the boys, but don't send your daughter. And he said, whatever opportunities my sons will have, my daughter will too. That was an inspiring message that led me to here. My mother, who gave me a penny for every word I looked up in the English Farsi dictionary, inspired me in education and continues to inspire me today. Though she's in Iran, she sends me articles and words of Farsi English for me to continue to use my native language as I talk to my grandson. So I hope that together we're creating a world where life is truly inspiring. Thank you.
I need a minute because that's so inspiring. This is so inspiring. It's okay. You know what? We do need to do tissues next year. We didn't do them this year. Well, as you're planning, you've got to plan some of this stuff months ahead of time. And of course, we know what was happening 6 months ago, so we didn't get to tissues this year. See, maybe there's a few napkins maybe that aren't being used. I don't know. All right, it's time for our next award, the Excellence in Government Service Award. This award goes to a Lincoln area female who works in federal, state, or local government and who has made a difference in the lives of other women or girls. She is a woman with high values and standards contributing to the local community. And the nominees are Laura Arp, the Nebraska Department of Insurance; Jennifer Brinkman, the City of Lincoln; Patty Pansing Brooks, Brooks Pansing Brooks Law; and Pamela Dingman. Did I just screw that up? No. I apologize. Pamela Dingman, Lancaster County; and Danette Smith, Nebraska DHHS. And the winner is Patty Pansing Brooks. Senator Patty Pansing Brooks represents Legislative District 28 in the heart of Lincoln, Nebraska. She is a wife, mother, and small business owner and partner in her law firm, Brooks Pansing Brooks PC, which she co-founded with her husband, Lowell. She now serves as the vice chair of the Judiciary Committee, as a member of the Education Committee, the YRTC Special Investigative Committee, the Committee on Committees, and the Justice Reinvestment Oversight Committee. That's a lot of committees. Patty's legislative efforts have been primarily directed towards helping empower those who historically have not had a voice in society, including juveniles, people of color, the LGBTQ+ community, indigenous peoples, and prisoners. This is what one of her nominators said about her. Patty's tireless energy and positive spirit inspires and motivates those around her. She is driven to do the right thing always, and has an incredibly big heart, especially for women, children, and those who are disadvantaged or who face tough circumstances. Speaking from personal experience, I am very grateful to have worked with Patty in several efforts. We worked hard, always had fun, and through it all, we never gave up and eventually achieved success. Senator Patty Pansing Brooks.
Thank you all.
I just can't, I really can't believe it. I'm so grateful. I know some people go like, well, you know, you are a state senator and you're doing a lot of stuff publicly, so you should expect something like that, but you really don't. And this literally goes to each of you. Each of you is inspiring to me. Each of you is why we're here, why we can move forward together. I really want to talk about love and the fact that we have, if you look at female traits in the past and historically and genetically maybe, you know, we are nurturers and we gather people in and we have historically taken care of the children and helped build the future. And I want us to remember that. I want us to be inspired by the fact that we are powerful through our love. We have got to forget the hatred and the division that is around and amongst us. We have to remember that people have different ideas and ideals. That doesn't make them horrible people. We're on different paths and different journeys. And so I learned that from each of you. I learned so much about goodness and kindness and trying to work across the aisle in the legislature and other places, but remembering that there are people hurting in our community and across our nation. And we have got to work hard to bless people, to protect them, to bring them in. We are far more powerful. Love is more powerful than hatred. Compassion is more powerful than apathy or determination that my way is the right way. So I guess in this inspiration, I ask you to remember to love and to reach out to others and to work so hard like you do every day. Every single act that you do makes a difference in someone's life. And you cannot tell, we cannot tell which act will cause justice and enduring good to prevail from here on. So do not give up, do not lose heart, keep going and spread love to each person you see. Thank you so much, I'm so honored. Thank you to the Journal-Star and sponsors.
Senator Patty Pansing-Brooks. Thank you. By the way, I have a friend, and he wants to head up the Patty Pansing-Brooks fan club. So I don't know if there's one already established, but he's got like t-shirt ideas ready to go. A newsletter. I mean, he's going crazy. By the way, I would like to apologize if it does seem like I am a little distracted. When we are doing a live streaming show, I'm in connection with the folks that are broadcasting, as this is going out to thousands and thousands of people, with the folks from Inspire Media. So we're kind of in connection to make sure that all of our ducks are in a row. And as you can imagine, sometimes in 2020, it's hard to get those ducks corralled. So, I apologize. Our next award goes to the Excellence in Healthcare Award. This award goes to a Lincoln area female that works in the area of healthcare who has made a difference in the lives of other women and girls. She is a woman who has high values and standards, contributing to the local community and nonprofits, helping her staff to develop and share her skills for the benefit of others. And the nominees are Brittany Keller, Thrive Family Chiropractic; Angela Letty, Home Care Assistance; Karen McGivney-Lichty, CHI Health Birth Center; Amber McIntyre, Nebraska Orthopedic and Sports Medicine; and Margaret Contras Sutton, Sutton Dermatology and Aesthetics. And the winner is Karen McGivney-Lichty, CHI Health Birth Center. With 25 years of helping to improve outcomes for mothers and babies, Dr. McGivney-Lichty was integral in the creation of CHI Health Birth Center, The Good Life Place. One of the programs she was able to bring to Nebraska is Centering Pregnancy, which was created to decrease premature birth and decrease low birth weight. She's advocated for nitrous oxide to be brought to Lincoln as a pain relief measure for laboring women, and she has taken multiple trips to Haiti and worked with the midwives for Haiti. She's been serving the prenatal population in Lincoln for over 25 years as a nurse and certified nurse midwife. This is what her nominator said about her. She cares deeply for her patients, and as I know from personal experience, will answer a 2 a.m. call on her day off to coach and guide a patient through the miracle of birth. She does so in a way that is both nurturing and empowering. Karen is a woman who shows up for women. Ladies and gentlemen, Karen McGivney-Lichty, CHI Health Birth Center.
Well, I'm terribly, terribly humbled. Anybody who knows me personally knows that this is the worst moment in my life right now, to be standing in front of everyone, especially with so many very well-deserved leaders in our city. But I did, because I'm 60, wrote up a piece of paper so I wouldn't forget. I am so very grateful. I wish to thank my family, both those on this side of heaven and those on the other side. I wish to thank my teachers and mentors, my mother, who was a nurse, an excellent nurse, and also Geraldine Schumacher and Nancy Peterson, who mentored me into midwifery. I wish to thank St. Elizabeth, where my nursing career grew and transformed, and I wish to thank the leadership at Physician Network, who navigates my crazy ideas. I always have crazy ideas, and they can usually help me make them happen. And finally, I wish to thank our Father in heaven. It must have been really hard shoving me back towards nursing when I thought being a forest ranger would be a hoot. Or pulling me to remain in labor and delivery when I thought my work couldn't possibly be meaningful or worthwhile because I loved my job. And lastly, I thank our Father for teaching me to take his small whispers and send it on to the right people, and then just trust and wait. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Karen McGivney-Lichty. Our next award is for excellence in nonprofit. This award goes to a Lincoln area woman who works for a nonprofit organization that helps improve the lives of others in the community. She goes above and beyond in her role at the nonprofit and empowers her colleagues. She is a woman who has high values and standards and is dedicated to helping other women and girls. And the nominees are Reverend Kiersey Engel, First United Methodist Church; Becky Gould, Nebraska Appleseed; Ruth Carlson, Released and Restored; Alyn Sampson, Food Bank of Lincoln; and Abby Swadsworth, Out Nebraska. And the winner is Alyn Sampson, Food Bank of Lincoln. Alyn Sampson is the Community Impact Director for the Food Bank of Lincoln. She has been working with the Food Bank since May 2008. Alyn provides oversight of all feeding programs for the Food Bank. She is a certified trainer for the Bridges Out of Poverty constructs and trains businesses, organizations, civic groups, and other nonprofit agencies on how to bring economic stability to the community. This is what her nominator had to say about her. Alyn is one of the most amazing women I know. She has huge responsibility at the Food Bank of Lincoln, and a positive attitude, a smile that lights up a room, and a heart that has no limits in compassion, grace, and support. She's always calm and level-headed, even in the most stressful of situations. Her life experience have made her well aware of the many issues that people are often faced with, and she has much to teach others about keeping an open heart and mind when serving the many clients the Food Bank of Lincoln serves. Ladies and gentlemen, Alyn Sampson.
Thank you. Hopefully you all can see me. This is to be in this category, and I've talked to a lot of people about my worthiness of even being in a category with Kirsty, Ruth, Becky, and Abby, all women who inspire me on a daily basis. So that in itself is an accomplishment for me. So thank you to the people who nominated me and to the Lincoln Journal-Star. And thank you to all of the women here today that continue to blaze trails. Know that I'm following you. I am hoping to lead just like you. So this all is very meaningful to me. Women, I've been surrounded by inspiring women my whole life. Powerful women raised me. One is sitting at the table because my mom lives in another state, so my godmother is here representing one of the women that helped raise me. Powerful women inspire me every day, and I'm finding a powerful woman in my 5-year-old daughter, Everly, that I am raising. I have recently been inspired and humbled by a girl, and if you are following me on social media, you may have heard this story, but I've been humbled by this girl that I've been seeing at our food distribution who is staying at a motel, and so I accept this award in honor of her. She has been coming to our food distribution on a Friday afternoon for the past month and a half, and she's about my son's age, who is currently 11. At this distribution, she makes 4 to 5 trips to and from the motel that she is staying at to carry food for her family. Her strategic thinking skills and menu planning about what her family can fit in their small motel refrigerator is beyond her age. It both inspires me and breaks my heart, the responsibility she carries, and yet is always so positive. I've quit asking if there is help, if someone is coming to help carry this food for her, because I know what the answer is. So together we make a pile of items that she can use, and I watch for her to return to get more. Last Friday, they were making tacos, and she was excited to take the sour cream that was in the dairy box to add to the tacos. And she was determined to fit these 2 gallons of milk and a half gallon of chocolate milk in that small refrigerator. So I honor this girl who has become my hero. I accept this award on her behalf because she has inspired me, and I hope that she can inspire us all to do more for not only her, but our community. She is really the true hero in all of this. And so I make a promise to this girl and all other girls just like her who are leading, and we don't notice that they're leading, but I promise her that we will continue to rise up and to make this community more just and fair for girls like her. To make sure that we have equitable housing, equitable access to nutritious food, and diverse representation at any decision-making table. So make room at your table, Lincoln, because girls like her are rising up. I hope that you will do the same and continue to, as Patty Panzinbrook said, use love to make this community better, because we know we can do so. So thank you for this recognition. Thank you to the fellow nominees and to all of the women who continue to inspire me every day. Thanks.
Yeah, next year we're for sure bringing Kleenex to the Inspire Awards. Alyn Sampson, everyone. And I do recommend, if you get a chance to follow the Food Bank of Lincoln's Facebook page, follow it. And when you're looking for those moments of gratitude, read what they're doing. We have one of the members that is on our board today who had to make a change this morning. She was going to attend this event, and she had to cancel because she's out serving the community. They had an emergency food situation happening, and so she had to go tend to that instead of coming and celebrating with her colleagues. So follow them, do what you can. I think it's a great organization. Thank you so much, Alyn. Our next award is the Excellence in Philanthropy Award. This award goes to a Lincoln area philanthropist who has made a major difference to local charities or nonprofits through time, talent, or treasure. And the nominees are Bree Frickenstein from Nebraska Extension, Holly Ostergard from Crete Carrier Corporation, Dr. Eileen Votravers, she is retired, Michelle Walker from Keating, O'Gara, Nedved, and Peter, and Aaron Worth from the University of Nebraska Medical Center. And the winner is Holly Ostergard, Crete Carrier Corporation. Holly Ostergard has served in countless roles in the Lincoln community, from operating as an ambitious business leader with the Crete Carrier Corporation to serving as a benevolent volunteer with numerous nonprofit organizations. Most recently, Holly participated in Morning Hope's Team Hope Capital Campaign fundraising group, which was tasked with raising $4 million to design and construct Morning Hope's first permanent grief center. Through Holly's vision and determined actions, Morning Hope has blossomed into a thriving grief center that has served thousands of families and now will significantly expand programming and minister to countless more. This is what her nominator had to say. From a philanthropic perspective, Holly remains unparalleled in her dedication, tenacity, intelligence, optimism, persistence, passion, and grit. Holly is unconditionally one of the single most inspiring women that I have ever had the privilege of knowing. Holly Ostergard.
Like Karen, I need this because impromptu is not one of my strong suits. I'm extremely honored and humbled to receive this award. From my earliest memories, my parents always stressed the importance of giving back and being part of something bigger than myself. As you can tell, this is hard to be up here. I'd much rather be out working, doing something than doing a speech in front of everybody. But I've been so blessed to be part of many different organizations, boards, and nonprofits in Lincoln. It's hard to make a difference as one individual, but like all my fellow nominees, together we do and can change the trajectory of those around us. I want to thank my family for their love and support and their willingness to always fend for themselves when it came to an evening commitment. Thank you to those who nominated me. I'm so very touched. To the Lincoln Journal-Star, to the Inspire Board, to all my fellow nominees, Lincoln is a wonderful community because all of you who care enough to raise their hands and say yes. I end with sharing one of my favorite quotes by Helen Keller. Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. Thank you very much.
Holly Ostergard. Our next award is our Founders Award. Our Founders Award will recognize a woman who has dedicated herself to leading a specific community event, project, or fundraiser to benefit and improve the lives of women in the Lincoln area. This will be focused on one project or effort rather than a compilation of work. I have some exciting news. Huddle has generously offered to make a $500 donation to the winner of this award to continue on with the project or to start a new campaign. Let's give a big round of applause to Huddle. And our nominees are Zainab Funa, the Black is Beautiful campaign; Elaine Hammer, Great Plains Trails Network; Judy Hart, Angels Theater Company and Camp Summer Gold; Paula Ray, Shadows in Light; and Renee Sansusi, Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls in Nebraska. And the winner is Zainab Funa, Black is Beautiful campaign. Currently a junior at Lincoln High School, Zainab has participated in leadership opportunities at both school and beyond. She is active on the LHS Pomlinks dance team, the Hope Squad, Always Rise Foundation, Launch Leadership and Girl Power. An advocate for the Black community in Lincoln, she organized the Black is Beautiful photo shoot to encourage and uplift Black beauty for young women. Her nominator said, "There is no greater gift than empowering someone else." And at her young age, Zainab was able to do just that by showcasing the beauty and strength of young Black women, not only to the rest of the world, but to themselves, celebrating their individuality and collective strength, all through a photograph. Zainab Funa.
Hi. I just want to say thank you to everyone here and congratulations to you all for all being nominated. It's an honor to get this award. I really didn't think I would get it, and it's just so empowering that at such a young age that I can be up here and be inspiring other women at my age. I'd also like to thank my parents, and especially my mom that's right here. They've just always supported me and given me guidance to do whatever I feel is best in my community and really express my voice. I've also would like to thank all the girls that participated in the photo shoot. I wouldn't have been able to do it without them. They're such strong, beautiful women, and I'm so happy to be here. I'd also like to thank our family friend, Jessie Rydell. I'm pretty sure she's watching right now. Without her, I wouldn't have been right here. She's the one who encouraged me to really share my project and get it out to the community. So thank you.
Zainab Fouda. Our next award is our Future Business Leader, sponsored by Union Bank. A very special thank you to our sponsor of the Future Business Leader Award, Union Bank and Trust. They know how important the next generation is to our community and want to do what they can to help them grow. Here's a few of the UBT team to talk about how important that is.
I haven't had any shortage of opportunities at Union Bank to really serve in our community.
I'm a crisis counselor for the crisis text line, something I'm very passionate about.
I really enjoy working with People City Mission,
the United Way campaign,
Wheels for Warriors USA, Habitat for Humanity.
I started a basketball organization.
I feel very grateful that I work for an institution that appreciates the importance of giving back to the community.
Thank you so much to UBT. Let's give them a big round of applause. Because of their commitment to doing what they can for our community, they are once again joining the Lincoln Journal-Star by providing a $5,000 scholarship to this year's recipient. I would like to ask Doris Robertson, Executive Vice President of Union Bank, to join me on the stage to present the check to the winner. This award goes to a Lincoln area female student or recent high school graduate who's contributed exceptionally to school activities, her local community, and philanthropy or girls groups over the past year. She will have made a difference in the lives of others and have truly excelled not only in her academics but as a leader and role model at her school. She has a strong sense of self, a success-driven work ethic, and great career aspirations after graduation. And the nominees for Future Business Leader are Hannah Adam, Lariah Clay, Eden Cruz, Haley Olberding, and Evada Palmer. And the winner is Evada Palmer. Evada Palmer is a senior at Lincoln High School and is active with the Pomelinks dance team. I think there's some magic sauce there. I don't know what it is. National Honor Society and the International Baccalaureate Program. Evada has been volunteering for many years with the Friendship Home, Lincoln's only emergency domestic violence shelter. Inspired by the importance of positive messaging during the pandemic, Evada began her online business, which she has named Hold More Love. Knowing the importance of community, Evada will be partnering with the Malone Center to contribute a portion of her profits to help other young students in the Lincoln community. This is what her nominator said. Driven and self-motivated, I am inspired every day by Evada's commitment to meet her goals while also supporting those around her. With a smile, positive attitude, and determination to support others, Evada is a welcoming friend and mentor to everyone she meets. Evada Palmer.
This is exciting. I didn't think I was going to win. Oh my gosh. So I wrote a little speech, but while I was sitting back there, I want to thank everyone for being here because I really am inspired by what everyone has said in all of the categories for how I want to live my life. And I really want to thank my mom. She's taught me my entire life to do things for others, and she hasn't necessarily said this. She has, but what's really taught me is she does this. Everything she does is for other people, and when I was little, she was a stay-at-home mom, but throughout that time, she was always volunteering, and at the time, it seemed like, to me, I was like, why isn't my mom spending more time with me? But I really, that has taught me how I want to live my life, and I look up to her so much. And I just want to thank the community of Lincoln for constantly inspiring me. And I think we have a really special, big, small town. And I really love it here. So thank you.
Yeah, don't forget your trophy. Oh, hey, but there's more. Here's what's really cool. I would like to announce that the other 4 finalists in that category will also be receiving a scholarship. What? Thank you to the generosity of Woodhouse. Our other 4 finalists will be receiving $500 each. So I feel a little bit like Oprah. Yay! Next year, we'll work on giving everybody cars too. Well, that's in the plan. I'm going to write it down. Kleenex, Ava, and cars to give away. This is the 6th year that we've been awarding the Inspire Awards and recognizing the amazing achievements made by women leaders in our community. Over the past 5 years, we have been honored to recognize Woman of the Year. These are women who have been trailblazers not only in their industries, but women who have left a lasting impact in our community that will be felt for years to come. 2019's Woman of the Year, Alice Dittman. 2018's Woman of the Year, Joanne Martin. 2017's Woman of the Year, Barbara Bartle. 2016's Woman of the Year, Wendy Birdsall. 2015's Woman of the Year, Dondi Plowman. They inspire everyone they've come into contact with and continue to leave an impact on our world. Let's hear from some of those talented women and find out what they think about leaving a legacy. Brought to you by Emeritus.
When I hear the word legacy, I think about forever and what you want your mark to be, how you want to be remembered.
When I think of legacy, I think of what you've done, what your life's work has done to leave a lasting impression on the community or the organization that you're working for, and how you have impacted the organization or the community in this case moving forward.
But it's the self-confidence that you can instill that in people that have had a hard time. You've done quite a bit of good, and I'm proud of that.
I'm inspired by people who show courage, and so I hope they think of me that way, that from time to time I showed some courage and I was always moving towards making things better.
I love being a connector. I feel so fortunate that my career has worked well with that strength, skill set, and I love connecting as donors to their passions. It's, pinch me. I get to do that every day, and it's so wonderful.
Points of light. So I always tell people that I think one of the best things you can ever do to yourself is think about the points of light that you have left in various places. So if you have a down day, just think about, the little bit of impacts that you've had in all the different areas, and you will soon see that there was a reason that you're here, and there's a reason that you're doing good things.
You have to remain positive, but it does make a difference on how you get up in the morning and how you set your brain to look at things. And I do think there's a difference in many leaders and successful people and people that are happy. They approach life being happy and looking at the opportunities and the positive things that are coming out of it.
So one other thing I think is really important is that whenever we can, we give each other a hands up. So hands up so that they can move farther. Last year's Inspire Award winner, Alice Dittman, gave me one of my first hands up, and that was she invited me very early in my career to be on our Cornhusker Bank board. And it had a big impact on me because it gave me an opportunity to see from the outside in other places. And so I'd say to each of you, if someone offers you a hand up, take it. And if you have the ability to give someone a hand up, give it.
Some years, quite a few years back, there was a reluctance for women to give up a position and move on to something that maybe we saw as being helpful. And I call that, guarding your own sphere of influence. And sometimes not give women the confidence to move on. So we've really worked on that over the years.
I was inspired all the years that I was in Lincoln, 9.5 years, by so many people, many of the women who also got this award. And when I first moved to Lincoln, I remember thinking, wow, there's so many women in high-level positions. All 3 hospitals were run by women. Joanne Martin, Alice Dittman, who was, we've known forever, Angie Mulheisen, Kim Roback. You just go down the list, Wendy Birdsall, Ellen Weisinger. There were so many women in important positions. And it just immediately made me feel at home in that community. And I learned from them. I was inspired by them. And I think I'm just so grateful for each and every one of them. And our job is to, remember that other people are looking at us and we have the opportunity to change the world.
The 2020 Woman of the Year Award is sponsored by the University of Nebraska. The Woman of the Year finalists are selected by the Inspire Advisory Board and really do encompass what the Inspire Awards are all about. One woman is leading the change on keeping companies safe as she eradicates gender stereotypes in the construction and engineering industry. One woman is helping to mold and shape young minds and encourage them to be more than they ever thought they could. One woman constantly fights and champions those she serves, particularly those in marginalized communities, knowing how important it is that their voice is heard in the legislature. One woman dedicates herself to creating empathy and understanding among cultures and helps other people realize their own important roles in eradicating racism. One woman works tirelessly every day to make sure the public is as informed as we can be about a global pandemic so that we can do our part to ensure our families, as well as the entire community, is healthy. The 2020 Woman of the Year Award is brought to you by the University of Nebraska, and here is President Ted Carter with his thoughts on these inspirational women.
Hello, my name is Ted Carter, and I'm the president of the University of Nebraska. I want to take just a couple minutes to say thank you and congratulations to all those who have been involved with the Inspire Awards. And right here at the University of Nebraska, our own nominees, Dr. Susan Fritz, who is Executive Vice President and Provost, who's been nominated for Excellence in Education. Dr. Helen Fagan, who's been a two-time nominee for Excellence in Education and Woman of the Year. And Erin Worth, who's been nominated for Excellence in Philanthropy. Fostering an environment of inclusion and excellence is important to me. Here at the University of Nebraska, we want to be a vibrant environment across our entire enterprise. And that means listening to all voices and making everyone that's associated with our university successful. And for me personally, on behalf of the university, I want to say thank you to all the women across our entire great state who have been involved in this Inspire Award. You make our city, our state, and even our nation a great place to live, work, and dream.
And the nominees for the 2020 Woman of the Year: Chris Bachman, Bachman Inc. Brittany Hodges-Bokovac, Lincoln Public Schools. Patty Pansing-Brooks, Brooks Pansing-Brooks Law. Dr. Helen Abdali Susan Fagan, University of Nebraska-Lincoln. And Pat Lopez, Lancaster County Health Director. And the winner is Pat Lopez. Unfortunately, Pat was not able to join us today and was unable to join our online stream. So she is not able to accept her award. I was hoping her family members, there are some of her family members who would be able to accept on her behalf. As you make your way to the stage, I would like to read a few words from her nomination. We didn't want to settle. When the search for a permanent health director back in 2019 fell short of producing a good fit for the Lincoln-Lancaster County Health Department, my chief of staff and I sat down around the long oak table in the mayor's conference room. You might be able to figure out who wrote this, by the way. With interim health director Pat Lopez, whose temporary contract with us was coming to a close. Would she stay a bit longer until we could find the right person to take the helm? Our conversation didn't last very long. Pat wanted to do what was best for our health team and community, so she answered the call to further service, but with a couple of conditions. She requested to scale back her hours slightly in order to continue her consulting work with other health departments across the state. She's helped many to become accredited. And to spend more time with her grandchildren. She also wanted to secure a week off in March 2020 to take her grandson to Disneyland. I know. Part-time hours and trips to Disneyland now feel like pipe dreams, and Pat Lopez has since given every ounce of her energy, time, and expertise to guide our community and the entire state through the uncharted waters of a global pandemic. Pat literally works around the clock, foregoing concerns of her own well-being as she works to save lives. There was a 2 p.m. council meeting in March when one of her deputies realized she hadn't eaten that day and offered to go get her a sandwich. There was this Saturday in April when we asked her to turn off her phone for 24 hours and let the rest of the team handle the work. Viruses don't take weekends off, and neither does the dedicated team at the health department. She has influenced our entire state's efforts to battle this novel coronavirus because of her long-standing relationships with health directors all across Nebraska, relationships rich with mutual respect and rooted in trust that have meant that public health leaders in other communities have continually looked to her for her advice and consulted her on strategy as they work to prevent illness, suffering, and death, which is precisely what drives her to lead this Herculean effort and make difficult decision after difficult decision. Pat wants to prevent suffering and save lives. Woman of the Year, Pat Lopez.
My mom is at home not feeling well, nurturing herself back from a great sinus infection. I'm her daughter, Nicole Lopez Shecker. I cannot tell you how proud my dad, I wasn't prepared for this. My dad, my husband, Neil, my 2 kids, Neil's not my child. My 2 sons, Owen and Kendrick, who are my mom's media critiquing group, but also 2 of her biggest cheerleaders. Without all the love and support that this community has given my mom, this would not be the success that she has had. I also want to thank the mayor for her unconditional support and love and leadership she has given my mom to make Lincoln one of the most successful communities in the world. Thank you, everybody, and thank you to all the nominees. My mom wishes she could be here. She would be much more eloquent than I am. Thank you.
Thank your mom. From all of us, everybody here in attendance, everybody watching, we've been moved very much by what she's been able to do under extraordinary circumstances. Well, that is it for the awards. The 2020 Inspire Awards are officially all handed out. We will be featuring all of the finalists in the 2020 Inspire Awards in a special section of the Lincoln Journal-Star this Sunday. Make sure to pick up an actual paper copy. Of course, we'll have all of the information online as well. You can read more about what we're doing at Inspire at journalstar.com/inspire, as well as our Facebook page. We certainly hope that you do join us. Remember to tag any photos if you're watching from home or if you're taking any here as we're leaving here. Hashtag InspireLNK. We would sure love to be able to show the entire community how amazing the force is that we have begun. Nominations for Inspire 2021 will be open starting January 1st. If you would like more information about participating with Inspire, please reach out and join us on social media. Thank you so much for joining us today. Have a great, inspiring day.
till the sun comes up.